Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, 30 base. Go, go, go. Watch out, watch out. Tuck up. Hey, team 6, team 6. Go. 94 is the mark, 94 is the mark. Let's go one more. Go.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, exit.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Coming to you, coming to you.
A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Five.
94 is the mark. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 94 is the mark.
Big grip.
Clock now on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
51.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Ready? 18 Gator. Get ready. Hey, echo. Now. 51, Mike, 51.
On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. No chance.
Go. Ready, go.
They'll try to draw Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Partner, I know that play didn't work very well, but an old New York Giants quarterback taught me a lesson a long time ago. Sometimes running the draw actually takes courage in play calling. You're actually setting something up for later in the game, and just because it was unsuccessful then doesn't mean it won't be successful later.
Hey, Alpha.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Hey, Goose.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
Shoot.
From the gun on third down, Locke flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Look at me. Zipper.
51 the mic, 51 the mic.
Lock now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Hey, Haywood. Now.
Cook following the penalty. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal.
Bravo.
6-man. Check curls.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Shit. Wait. Shit. Check 9. Here we go.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. First quarter touchdown run. Remember this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here?
The big bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Big stop. Hey, wahoo!
94 is the mark. And watch that. And watch the ball. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Bandit. 94 is the mark. 94.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Ndamukong Suh drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
First and 10 at the 36-yard.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 53. Wait. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check.
Creep, triple C.
53 is the mic. 53 from Hooker. Now watch run.
Hey, look out.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Hey, Charlie.
51, Mike 51. Let's get this ball back with all.
Go.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 6-yard line.
Set up. 30 base.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Following the interception, Winston. That's into the hands of Edwards. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Ready? Check with this
55, 30. Check nickel. Check your hot read.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Ready? Blue lady. Green, triple C.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Let's go, let's convert.
Don't let him breathe. Look, just look. Breathe. Out. Check 43. Tighten up.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead is up to 8. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Ready?
Locke working out of the gun. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, exit. Hey.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. 94 is the mark.
Come.
What's the run?
Hit it.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, stop. Come on. Get on next.
Check three. Slam. Check the.
Keep bringing it. Stay in there.
Watch it.
Here we go.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Switch.
30, 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rush in. Check hot route. Hot. Watch twitch.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Check. Kill. Wait. Check 24. Check. Next box. Right. Hey, turn it up. Switch. No.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 17 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. McManus's point after is good, and that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Switch. Check.
On first down, Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 50-yard line.
Ready. Back 25 behind.
55. Hey, eat.
Wait.
66. Pull it. Half.
Hey, even. Let go.
On second down, it's Edwards. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Check 49. Kill.
Flip it. Switch it. Hey, 5 on the 50. Bang.
Check 13. Check 13.
Jumper.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
5 on the 50.
Echo. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. So don't say nothing.
Hey, check right. 5-0.
I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike's
Easy.
From the gun, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up second and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Down. 10-2 saw.
All day, dog.
Hey, Echo.
94 is a month.
On second and 12, Locke eluding the pressure right. Snead's got it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
94 is a month. 94 is a month. You don't get this boy.
22 jet bomber. Get it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The outlaw. Go.
To throw on second and 6, Locke being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Give to Cook out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check 3, check 3. 5-0. Alert flare, alert flare.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
All day, defense, all day. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Shit.
Again, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Ready, black 22. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Check. Deuce. Check. Kill.
Here we go. Check 26.
They'll try the right side with Jones. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act in the 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Big ass. Flip it. He's checking.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Winston throwing complete to Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
50 words of mine. Let's go, defense.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing his lock on third down. He's got his tight end fan. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Check, check. Bravo.
25, check 25, check 25.
You're out.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
Ready.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here we go. 70 in. Let happen.
He won't go down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Leo. Hey, wahoo.
Now this time Locke will throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Carl Nassib drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Locke to throw for it on 4th. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Check 43. Tighten up. Tighten up. Check safety.
On second down now, it's Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Winston here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bucs, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Denver, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall.